Welcome to Evening Yin Yoga. We will be using a block in today's class, so make sure you have at least one block handy. And we'll get started just in a seated position of your choice, whatever meditative seat you'd like to take. If you would like to go ahead and recline, that's fine too. Taking a moment to let your spine feel nice and long, settling into your seat. If you'd like, you can pull the flesh away from your sitting bones. Take some last little movements to really settle into your physical body. We'll take a couple of breaths to turn inward, softening through your hip flexors, allowing your chest to lift with your inhale, and closing your eyes as you exhale, softening through your face, softening across your forehead, allowing your palms to rest on your thighs or knees, softening through your elbow joints, and taking a moment to arrive in your body, in your location, noticing the temperature of the air as it touches your skin, noticing the speed of your breath, just becoming aware. There are no right or wrong answers. Take a moment to just be, notice any smells. Notice what you hear. Allow your attention to be on the sounds that are near and the sounds that are far. Bringing your crown to float over a nice tall spine. See if you can elongate through your neck as you let your shoulders drop down your back body. Softening into your foundation, letting your hips feel nice and heavy. Take an inhale, drawing your palms to heart center, feeling each fingertip touching the opposite. Taking a moment to feel this energetic connection within your own physical body. As you take an inhale, feeling your chest lifting into your thumbs. With your exhale, you can release your chin into your chest, taking this gentle bow of gratitude to yourself for setting aside this time for your yin yoga practice. If you'd like, you can raise your thumbs up to your forehead at your third eye center, welcoming clarity into your practice. And I welcome you with namaste. Lifting your chin back to center, you can gently blink your eyes open, keeping a soft gaze throughout the practice. We'll take each foot and plant it in front of you on your mat and roll down your spine to find a reclined position. And we'll come into supported bridge. And if spinal extensions or arching your back is not in your practice, you might just take your feet wide on your mat and let your knees fall closed for constructive rest. If you are allowed to extend your spine, we'll take those feet right in line with your hip bones, pressing into your feet to lift your hips, bringing your block underneath your sacrum, either on level 1 or level 2, and we'll release the low back, release the weight of your pelvis into this prop that you've provided for yourself. So the bottom should line up right with your tailbone. Take a moment to arrive. Maybe slowly walking your feet away from your hips. This might build a little bit of pressure. Just find a position with your feet where you can release the tension across your calves, and across your shins. Taking a moment to spread your shoulders, softening your shoulders into the foundation. Taking a few breaths to arrive and find your stillness. And as our hearts shine over our beings, you can welcome the mantra, in this moment, I feel safe. And in this moment, our planetary alignment has our waxing moon setting over the earth. It flew past Saturn and Jupiter and Venus. These rulers of love and wisdom and security. Saturn and Jupiter and Venus will be present in the Earth's sky. I invite you to take a peek after class. And these elements coincide with our yin practice as we focus on the element of water and the element of metal. Guiding us through the kidney meridian and the lung meridian. I invite you to welcome powerful yet gentle energy. This practice can seem intense at moments, and it can be very calm at moments, just like water. Softening across your cheekbones, allowing your shoulders to feel nice and heavy, releasing any muscle engagement that you can. Welcoming this expansion of your low spine as gravity gently works through each vertebrae. And when you're ready, we'll gently walk your feet back underneath your knees if they were extended, bringing some attention into those feet and gently pressing into your feet to lift your hips off of your block, removing that prop and lowering your pelvis down to the mat. Taking a moment to feel into the rebound, allowing your feet to gently settle. Maybe they extend a little bit away from your hips. If you'd like, you can let your knees fall to one side slowly, picking the knees back up through center and falling to the other side. And eventually we'll come back into center, extending the heels long so your legs are straight. We'll work our way into Bananasana. So we'll find a crescent shape, just like this crescent waxing moon. And we'll begin this by first lifting your shoulders a few inches to your right And you might already begin to feel a gentle expansion along the left side of your body. As we begin this expansion along the left side, continue to have awareness on your right side so that you don't crunch in. You might begin to work your heels over towards the right side of your mat, extending the right leg first, and then bringing the left to join. Maybe asking yourself if you'd like to lift that left heel and cross it over your right. Finding a nice extension through that left IT band. You might also circle, drawing your left arm in a circle around up over your head. Maybe keeping a nice long extended arm, or you can bend into that elbow. And maybe you bring your right hand to gently pull on the left wrist. Giving yourself a few breaths to arrive in your Bananasana. Seeing where you can begin to disengage your muscles now that you've settled in. And as we move through this practice under the planet of Jupiter, Jupiter follows growth through education. How might we educate ourselves physically to allow for this growth to come from within? Checking in with your right ribs, ensuring that you're softening through both sides of your spine, releasing your shoulders into the ground. If you find tingling coming through your left arm, you might unwind, bring it by your side. Listening to your breath. Allowing smooth, cool, steady breathing to flow through your nostrils. A gentle cleansing of your airways. Welcoming receptivity to the messages that your physical body has to send. And welcoming the asymmetry of our physical anatomy. If you find your left side of your spine tends to be a little tighter for whatever anatomical reason, you might choose to stay in this position. Otherwise, we'll gently return your left arm down to your side, moving slowly as if you were moving through water, with every intention, noticing as you gently pull your arm down by your side, how your body reacts. And gently uncrossing the left leg. Slowly shifting your shoulders back through into your center. We'll bring the palms by the sides, take a mini Shavasana, close the eyes. And if you're still in your left Bananasana, continuing to breathe into your ribs. And those of us who are moving on to the other side, gently lifting the shoulders a couple of inches over to your left. Just the shoulders, leaving those hips centered. Slowly shifting your feet over to the left. Maybe inviting the right heel to cross over the left foot. Keeping your hips nice and heavy. Asking yourself if you should raise that right arm up and overhead. Inviting a difference on this side as the yin and yang of our bodies will be different as we come through this crescent, softening in. And if I left you over there on your left side, taking your time to slowly release your left arm, slowly unfurling your left leg, moving through water to return your body to center. And some of us here on our right side might need to check in and feel the softness come across the left side of the spine as well. Ensuring that you're not cramping or creating any numbness. And those of you who just rebounded from the left side, you can begin to shift your shoulders 2 inches over to your left, keeping your pelvis centered. Slowly shifting your heels over to the left side of your space, maybe crossing the right heel over the left foot, and maybe drawing that right arm in a circle up overhead. If you'd like, you can take hold of that right wrist with your left arm. And all together, we've arrived in this waxing crescent moon. As we passed through the new moon over the weekend, it was also a solar eclipse. It was a special moment. Maybe you did something spontaneous. And as we come through this Sagittarius moon, Jupiter being the planet that rules Sagittarius, welcoming discernment as we absorb this information through our deep tissue. It can be difficult to figure out where the messages might be coming from. Trusting in yourself and trusting in the practice. Checking in with your legs, see where you can soften. Allowing your pelvis to be nice and heavy. Your shoulders buried into the foundation behind you. As your heart continues to beam this protective light over your physical body. And welcoming loving kindness, softening through your face. We'll begin to unwind, softening your right arm slowly as if you're moving through water, tracing that circle back around and down along your side. Uncrossing that right leg, gently shifting your heels back in line with your pelvis, and then your shoulders. Taking a moment here, we'll take another mini Shavasana to just take a few breaths. Noticing how you're feeling through your pelvis, through your IT bands. Gently bending into one knee at a time. You can plant your feet, and we'll give a windshield wiper of those knees if it feels nice. Eventually landing your knees on one side to draw your whole body over, pressing into the ground to very slowly lift into a seated position. Drawing your hips underneath your shoulders. We'll come into butterfly. And I will welcome this nice close heels to the pelvis. Of course, it's your choice if you would like to keep those heels a little further away, if you're feeling a little tight through that inner groin. If you would like, you're always welcome to prop the knees with blocks. It is absolutely safe to let gravity pull on those though. And we're going into a forward fold. So maybe you bring a block or a bolster in front of you. It's also welcome to lift your seat, or you can just pull the flesh away from those sitting bones. And we'll take a gentle tuck to the chin into the chest and let your crown slowly pull you into a forward fold. A C curve in your spine is welcome. And as you soften in, maybe you find some support that you've prepared for yourself, allowing your palms to face up so that you might soften across your shoulder girdle, and allowing this expansion through your inner groin to provide an energetic pull through your kidney meridian. Taking slow, smooth breaths into your hip sockets, allowing your belly to gently expand with each breath. Checking in with your thighs, seeing if you can disengage any of your muscles. Gently allowing your knees to dissolve into the earth at your sides. Letting your crown feel heavy like a weight. Gently tractioning through your spine. Allowing each exhale to create a little more space so that you might curl in a bit more. Maybe even checking in with your cervical spine by shifting your chin from armpit to armpit, ensuring that your neck is nice and soft. Taking notice if you can feel that adjustment down your spine if you are shifting your chin.
And the kidneys align with the element of water. This yielding, forgiving, gentle yet powerful element that exists within us and around us. If you'd like, you can visualize your breath like waves in the ocean, like the tide rolling in, each inhale rushing through you, softening through your hip flexors as your exhale draws the tide away. Softening across your forehead, welcoming in a nice slow inhale, releasing as much as you can with your exhale. If your palms were facing up, go ahead and flip them over, bringing some attention into your fingertips as you press into the ground, very slowly shifting your spine back over your tailbone, walking your fingertips in towards your pelvis as your chin slowly lifts. And we'll take the palms on the outside of the knees and close the knees like a book, using as much of your upper body strength as possible. You'll feel your hips reacting. And we'll take the feet out in front. Just give a gentle windshield wiper as slow as you can, dropping those knees to one side and then to the other. Nice. And we'll come back to center. And if you've got extra tight inner thighs, I will welcome a bent right knee. So you might bend your right knee in. Otherwise, we are trying to kind of focus this through our inner groin. So bringing both legs out into a straddle, into our dragonfly legs. And maybe you take a block on the outside of that left leg, or it might end up on top of your leg, or you might prefer a bolster or something soft. Slowly lowering your left hand down towards that left foot. And depending on your shoulders, you might decide to take the right arm up overhead. If you do that and you're already feeling a little too tight through your shoulder girdle, go ahead and draw that right palm back up and around and bend your elbow. And you can drop the back of your right hand onto your left low spine. So you've got this left hand on the ground, press into it so that your hips are nice and level as you continue to fold over the left leg, expanding through the right side body. Welcoming in some nice smooth breaths, softening through your shoulders.
Releasing your abdomen, taking nice full breaths into your belly. And as you continue to fall towards that left foot, keep some attention in your right hip, almost as if you had a weight in your right hip crease. Softening through your neck. You might choose to look down towards your leg to release any muscle tension through your neck. We'll take a few slow breaths here, softening through both sides of your spine, noticing how the breath enters your lungs and this compression. When you're ready, we'll press into the left palm. If you have that right arm over the head, gently lifting back into center, walking the left hand in towards your hips. If you had your left knee bent, go ahead and extend the left knee and bend your right leg in. I'm sorry, I had that opposite. If you had your right leg bent in, go ahead and bend in the left leg. And if you had any props, maybe take some props over to your right leg. Take a moment to settle in, maybe even wiggle into your hips here. And walking your right hand down along the right leg, bringing your crown, the crown of your head towards the right toes. Maybe you draw your left palm up overhead. And if that's building too much tension already, you're welcome to draw that circle, allowing your left palm to land on your low back on the right side. Softening in, allowing your shoulders to gently stack. Maybe you press into your right palm to ensure that your sitting bones are level. Finding this gentle expansion of your IT band. Just releasing the weight of your head towards the right foot. Checking in and seeing where you can disengage your muscles, maybe around your knees and through your feet. Taking a few breaths to absorb the side body. And if you're feeling a little too much tension in your neck, you're always welcome to look down towards that right leg. You might gently pull your left shoulder back. So we take a few more breaths here. Getting deeper into these tendons as time passes. Each breath, bringing deeper awareness. And when you're ready, gently pressing into the right palm. If you have that left arm up overhead, bringing it to lift your body over the center. And taking your palms underneath your knees, we'll bend into the knees.
And we'll just go straight for square pose. So we'll take the right. Let's take the right leg. Right foot, stack it on top of the left knee. Now, if this is super intense, you might find a block underneath that knee. You might also choose to sit on a block. That'll give your pelvic tilt a bit of an advantage. We are taking a forward fold though, which will also give you that. Pulling the flesh away from your sitting bones, taking a prop or two out in front of you. Taking an inhale into a nice tall spine. As you exhale, you can tuck your chin into your chest, find a C curve in your spine, and walk your palms forward. Finding your foundation, your props that you've prepared for yourself, or allowing gravity to gently pull through your crown, expanding across the back of the right thigh, maybe through the knees. Checking in and see where you can soften. See where you can do less. Welcoming loving kindness as Venus supports our endeavors with Jupiter and Saturn. Nice, slow, deep breaths into the belly, creating space within our joints with each exhale. And as Jupiter is the planet of plenty, this abundance is welcome. As we continue to inhale loving kindness, let your cup run over, and exhale loving kindness for the world. Sending your breath down into the backs of your thighs. Maybe across the shins. Noticing each part of your body that is touching the earth. Welcoming stability and security through these parts. We'll take 3 more breaths here. Allowing deepness to continue to build with your edge. And when you're ready, pressing into the palms to gently lift your shoulders over your pelvis as you walk your hands towards your hips. And we'll keep the legs crossed, bringing a block to your left side. You might choose that you don't need it, but it might be nice to start with one. And we'll just come down to that left elbow. We'll come into this side body stretch on this side here. Again, finding a little bit of a different angle. This IT band has a lot of different connections with your spine. So noticing the difference from our last side body stretch and the very first one. Softening through the left side as well as the right. And as we expand through our lung meridian, welcoming the element of metal. Metal works directly with water to set boundaries for this yielding, gentle, powerful, loving kindness. You have to have some rigidity. Containing your gentle power. We'll take a few breaths here. Softening through your side body. Releasing any tension in your face. And slowly pressing into the left elbow or palm to lift your torso back through center. We'll bring the palms underneath that right foot, plant the foot in front of you. Keeping this as passive as you can. We'll uncross the legs and then recross them, tucking the right leg underneath so that you cross your left leg over top. And taking your time to arrive, allowing for this asymmetry within your body. Maybe you don't need the same exact style of cushioning. Pulling your flesh away from your sitting bones if that feels nice. Bringing a pillow or a block in front of you. We'll take an inhale for a nice tall spine. And exhale, tucking the chin into your chest, curling down into your forward fold, walking the palms in front of you, or maybe you cross your arms and hold opposite elbows, allowing your head to be nice and heavy, settling in to stillness, finding the softness in your square. Listening to your breath and keeping your inhalations slow and steady. Noticing the tension as it builds along the back of your thigh and through your knee. Welcoming this tension as we know the hydration that is to come. Allowing the weight of your head to gently traction through your spine. Feeling each breath
expanding your belly, expanding your ribs, noticing the movement along your vertebral column. Checking in with your muscles, seeing where you can disengage. Bringing the attention into your cool tissues, the ligaments and tendons. We'll take a few more breaths here. Allowing a gentle release with each exhale. And when you're ready, pressing into your palms to walk your hands up towards your torso, bringing the shoulders upright and bringing a block over to the right side. And gently releasing your shoulders over to the block, coming onto your elbow, bringing your left arm up overhead if that feels nice. If not, you're always welcome to bring that arm onto your back like we do. And just releasing into the side body stretch, ensuring that your left hip is nice and heavy. And welcoming in that element of metal. Setting our boundaries for the water so that it doesn't just flow everywhere, keeping ourselves on our path. Softening through your feet, softening through your fingertips. Noticing the different location as we work through these various psoas muscles. Maybe looking down towards your right hand if that feels better for your chin. You can shift your chin towards that right shoulder. Bringing some attention into your lungs as each inhale shows the compression through your rib cage. And when you're ready, we'll gently press into the right elbow or the right palm to lift the shoulders back into center. And taking your hands underneath that left foot and left knee, we'll go ahead and plant it slowly as if you are moving through water. And give yourself a gentle windshield wiper. Let those knees fall, giving a little bit of a rebound to that deep tissue. You might feel a little bit of soreness immediately, and just let that soreness dissolve into your rebound here. And we'll make our way onto our bellies. So just move with intention, nice and slowly. Maybe bring a bolster up with you. Slowly releasing yourself onto your mat, onto your belly. Let's take a moment, make a pillow with your palms and place your third eye on your knuckles. Give yourself a little forehead massage and just take note how it feels to turn our bodies upside down energetically.
What can we absorb in this position? Maybe rocking your heels back and forth. You might even bend your knees, lifting your heels, and let your heels drop from side to side, giving a little windshield wiper in this prone position. Inviting grace into your practice, letting those feet release back to the mat, drawing your feet in line with your pelvis. We'll find a Sphinx pose. And if these spinal extensions are not for you, you might just keep your head resting on your palms or on a pillow. You're welcome to take a cactus arm or a cactus leg as well. Coming into Sphinx, we'll press the elbows underneath the shoulders, bringing the palms in line, taking time to settle in. Maybe you need to shift your pelvis back and forth. Take a gentle engagement of your abdomen to press your pelvis into the floor and release any muscle tension through your legs. So really the only muscles that should be engaged are through your arms and shoulders, and then a little in your pelvis. You're always welcome to lift your pelvis on a bolster if your pelvic bones tend to feel a little sensitive in this position. That's welcome. You're also welcome to release your forehead onto a block. If you'd like, you can lift your chin, taking a soft gaze out in front of you. Trusting the process. As we work with this metal element, we're providing space for ourselves to be receptive. There is value in the messages that our body has to send. See if you can soften through your shoulders. Soften through your neck. We'll take a few slow breaths here. Feeling the inhalations come through your spine. And when you're ready, we'll very gently begin to work the elbows back away from the body, bringing your palms into that pillow and slowly releasing the forehead onto your pillow. See if you can release any tension in your shoulders. Welcome that gentle rebound through your back, maybe rocking your heels back and forth. Noticing how that feels through your whole spine. And very gently, we'll roll over onto your back. So taking your time to do so, moving with intention, finding your hips in the center of your mat. We'll come into spinal twist. So if there's a spinal twist you know that you prefer, please, I welcome you to take that. Otherwise, we will bring the feet in line with the pelvis, gently lift your hips a couple of inches to the left. We'll tuck the knees into the chest and let them fall to your right. Pressing your right palm into the ground, to encourage your shoulders back down. Maybe that left knee is lifting. That's okay. Squaring up those shoulders. Maybe you find your left arm in a cactus, bent goalpost, right angle. You can also bring that right hand onto your left knee, allowing it to act as a weight, gently tractioning through your spine. See where you can disengage. Soften through your feet. Soften through your thighs. Maybe you let your chin fall to the left, or it's fine to keep it in line with your spine. A neutral chin in the center is also welcome. We'll take a few slow breaths, expanding with each inhale and each exhale, gently deepening the twist. If you'd like, you can visualize as a massage of your internal organs. These vital masses of tissue that work to detoxify and keep our bodies cleansed and running without even being told. Take a couple of breaths through the lungs, into the kidneys. Checking in with your shoulders, making sure you're not engaging those muscles. Just letting them feel heavy as your knees feel heavy, going in opposite directions to work this cleansing twist through your center. When you're ready, if you have that right hand on the left knee, go ahead and release it. We'll take the right hand underneath the knees and using the strength of your arm, press the knees back to center. We'll plant the feet very gently with grace, shifting the hips into center. Maybe you give a gentle rock of the knees back and forth. Maybe even a full windshield wiper if you'd like, taking your time to let the knees drop side to side. When you're ready, we'll plant the feet in line with the pelvis, gently lifting the hips to the right a couple of inches, tucking the knees into the chest. We'll let the knees fall over to the left. Planting your left hand so that you can adjust those shoulders back into your foundation, maybe bending into your right arm, maybe bringing the left palm on top of the right knee. Taking a few slow breaths in through your nostrils, down into the belly, allowing the oxygen to swirl in through your respiratory system, into your bloodline, through the organs. This act of loving kindness that happens each moment we take a breath. Breathing in the sweetness of life. And again, calling the attention back into the kidneys and the lungs. Checking in with your feet and your legs, seeing if you maybe can let those knees dissolve into the ground, releasing muscle engagement through your core, through your hips, through your spine. Allowing this twist to slowly deepen with time. Checking in with your shoulders, softening into the ground. Making sure that left palm is just a weight. You're not pulling in with the muscle engagement. And take a few more breaths here. Allowing the oxygen to cleanse you with each breath. Releasing any tension through your face and through your jaw. When you're ready, you can bring that left palm underneath the knees, using the engagement through your arm as much as possible, pressing the knees back to center. And we can tuck the knees into the chest and give a gentle rock back and forth. Maybe you even bring the knees together and very slowly draw a circle, giving yourself a little massage across the sacrum as you do so. And changing the direction of your circles, you might already notice a reaction in your spine. We'll plant the feet, making sure your hips are centered. Give yourself a few little movements, maybe rock your shoulders back and forth, spreading your shoulders nice and wide so that you feel your spine, maybe even pressing into your abs to feel your spine against the ground. Give a tuck to your chin and then extend your legs nice and long. If you'd like to take some cushions under your knees for Shavasana or any other props, a blanket, anything that calls to you, invite that into your resting position, taking a couple of breaths, letting the eyes fall closed. Taking a few moments to check in. Softening through your feet, allowing your heels to gently dissolve into the foundation. Feeling each point where your legs and hips are touching the ground. Allowing your shoulders and ribs to feel nice and heavy. Your heart center supported and secure. Softening through your collarbone. Releasing any tension along your neck Bringing some awareness to your jawline, seeing where you can release around your lips, through your cheeks, softening the eye sockets, across the bridge of your nose, and through your forehead. And take a nice slow inhale. And with your exhale, visualize all the tension exiting through your crown, pouring out like a waterfall. And as we ride around on this earth, being chased by the other planets as they appear in our sky, welcoming the structure of Saturn, the knowledge to grow with Jupiter through the loving kindness of Venus. You can begin to elongate your breathing, taking slow inhales through your nose, feeling your ribs expanding into the ground beneath you, bringing some awareness into your fingertips and toes, welcoming gentle movements that your body calls for, maybe pointing and flexing your toes, tracing your thumb down your fingertips, maybe rolling your wrists, bending into your knees and elbows, maybe taking a gentle stretch overhead, letting those knees fall to one side, tucking into a little ball, taking a moment in this grounded fetal position. Keeping your gaze soft, or your eyes can remain closed as you slowly work your way into an upright seated position of your choice. Taking an inhale to draw your palms to heart center, feeling your chest lift into your thumbs. Take a bow of the chin into your chest. Welcoming gratitude to yourself for completing your yin yoga practice. I thank each and every one of you for joining me. Have a drink of water. Go forth with your gentle power. And let me know if you have any questions.